What we witnessed in the 2025 Wimbledon final wasn't shocking, it was inevitable. Amanda Anisimova went from beating world number 1 Aryna Sabalenka to losing 6-0 to Iga Swiatek in 57 minutes, but this wasn't a collapse. This was Swiatek doing what she does best, serving bagels. People act surprised by the double bagel scoreline, but they shouldn't be. This is Iga's specialty. She's literally known as the Bagel Queen with her own Twitter account called Iga Swiatek Bakery.
The mental shift from Thursday to Saturday was everything. Anisimova beat Sabalenka by playing fearless, aggressive tennis for 2 hours and 36 minutes in brutal heat. She was absolutely dying out there, but somehow pulled it out. That kind of emotional and physical expenditure creates a vulnerability, especially against someone like Swiatek, who preys on weakened mental states.
Swiatek has won 32 bagel sets in Grand Slams alone. That's the third most among active women. In 2022, she won 22 sets 6-0. In 2023, another 23. Her bagel rate at Grand Slams is 12.6%, meaning more than 1 in 8 sets she plays ends 6-0. Against someone in their first major final, the odds were stacked completely in her favor.
Let's understand what Anisimova went through against Sabalenka. She saved 4 set points in the second set, came back from a breakdown in the third, and hit 30 winners under extreme pressure. The match had medical delays because fans were collapsing in 88-degree heat. She literally said she was dying out there. That's not the physical or mental state you want to be in before facing tennis's most dominant crusher.
Semifinal versus Sabalenka. 156 minutes, 30 winners, fought through physical exhaustion, saved multiple set points, broke serve 3 times, hit powerful serves up to 112 miles per hour. Final versus Swiatek. 57 minutes, 28 unforced errors, 5 double faults, won only 26% of first serve points, broke serve 0 times. Contrast is staggering from warrior to victim in 48 hours.
Swiatek's tactic is psychological warfare disguised as tennis. She starts fast, gets ahead early, and then watches opponents crumble under the weight of the scoreboard. Against Anisimova, she broke serve in the very first game. That's classic Iga, established dominance immediately and let the opponent's mind do the rest of the work.
Game 1, Swiatek breaks Anisimova's serve immediately. Game 2, Swiatek holds easily. By the time Anisimova realized what was happening, she was down 3-0 in under 10 minutes. She won only 9 points in the entire first set. Swiatek played just well enough to dominate. She needed only 10 winners because Anisimova was beating herself with 28 unforced errors.
Swiatek's strategy was perfect. Attack Anisimova's second serve and make her play defense. Anisimova is a first-strike player who needs to dictate points, but Swiatek never gave her that chance. She won 71% of second serve return points in her previous 2 matches. Against someone already physically and emotionally drained, that becomes devastating.
I was telling myself, you're doing great, just trying to stay calm because I knew I had to keep it together. It's been an incredible fortnight for me, even though I ran out of gas a bit today.
That quote reveals everything. Anisimova was trying positive self-talk, but her body and mind had already checked out. Running out of gas isn't just physical fatigue, it's the mental realization that you're facing something unstoppable. Swiatek has this aura where opponents start expecting to lose games 6-0, and expectation becomes reality.
Jody Burrage, currently top 100, once said, "Iga scares me. The way she bagels people, it scares me." This fear is real and measurable. Over 40% of Swiatek's matches include either a 6-0 or 6-1 set. In 2023, she won bagel sets in 29% of her matches compared to just 11.4% for other players. She's not just winning, she's psychologically demolishing opponents.
The difference between facing Sabalenka and Swiatek is like the difference between a street fight and an execution. Sabalenka hits hard, but she can be wild and gives you openings. Swiatek is surgical. She finds your weakness, exploits it ruthlessly, and doesn't let you back into points. Once she's ahead, the scoreboard does her work for her.
Anisimova was playing her first Grand Slam final. Swiatek was 5-0 in major finals. That experience gap became decisive when combined with physical exhaustion. Anisimova needed perfect tennis to compete. Swiatek just needed to be solid and let the occasion overwhelm her opponent. She won 55 of 79 points without even playing spectacular tennis.
Swiatek's genius is making good players look terrible. She doesn't need to hit 40 winners like Anisimova did against Sabalenka. She hits 10 winners and lets her opponent make 28 errors. She controls the pace, forces defensive positions, and waits for the inevitable breakdown. It's clinical, methodical, and utterly demoralizing.
Swiatek has served 101 bagel sets in her career across all levels. She's won double bagels 8 times, including twice in Grand Slams. Her strategy: get ahead early, maintain consistent aggression, never give opponents momentum. She's mastered the art of scoreboard psychology. Once she's up 3-0, opponents start playing not to lose instead of playing to win.
Tragedy for Anisimova is that she actually played well enough to beat most players, but she wasn't facing most players. She was facing someone who turns tennis into a mental torture chamber. Swiatek didn't just win. She made a confident, dangerous opponent look like she'd never played the game before.
Anisimova's coaches admitted she was physically drained from the Sabalenka battle, but the real damage was mental. She'd used every ounce of competitive fire to reach the final. Against Swiatek's relentless precision, she had nothing left in the tank. You can't fight the Bagel Queen with empty emotional reserves.
The cruelest part is that beating Sabalenka probably made the Swiatek loss inevitable. Anisimova proved she could play incredible tennis under pressure, but that effort left her vulnerable to exactly the kind of systematic destruction Swiatek specializes in. It's like surviving a battle only to face a firing squad.
Game 1, Swiatek breaks immediately. Anisimova realizes this won't be easy. Game 4, Swiatek leads 4-0. Anisimova starts panicking. Game 6, first set lost 6-0. Anisimova's confidence shattered. Game 7, Swiatek breaks again. Anisimova knows it's over. By the second set, she was just trying to avoid complete humiliation.
What's remarkable is how routine this felt for Swiatek. She's handed out bagels to Karolina Pliskova 6-0, 6-0, Xinyu Wang 6-0, 6-0, Anastasia Potapova 6-0, 6-0, and many others. For her, dominating a Grand Slam final isn't historic, it's Tuesday. That casual confidence in her ability to destroy opponents is terrifying for everyone else.
Sabalenka gives you chances with double faults and wild shots. She's powerful but inconsistent. Swiatek gives you nothing, no free points, no emotional outbursts, no tactical errors. She's like playing a wall that hits back perfectly. Anisimova could trade power with Sabalenka. She couldn't trade precision with Swiatek.
This final wasn't about tennis, it was about the mental toll of elite competition. Anisimova gave everything to beat Sabalenka and had nothing left for the executioner's axe. Swiatek, meanwhile, was fresh, focused, and operating with the confidence of someone who'd bageled opponents 32 times in Grand Slams. The outcome was inevitable once that first game was lost.
The most important lesson here, Swiatek didn't just beat Anisimova, she exposed the hidden cost of heroic victories. Sometimes the greatest wins leave you most vulnerable to the greatest defeats. Anisimova's triumph over Sabalenka made her the perfect victim for Swiatek's systematic destruction.
July 12, 2025, the day Amanda Anisimova learned that beating the world #1 means nothing when you face the Bagel Queen. Swiatek didn't just win her first Wimbledon, she reminded everyone why 12.6% of her Grand Slam sets end 6-0. Some players win matches, Iga Swiatek wins souls.